Today's monologue deals with the news over the weekend that in her new book, former U.S. Ambassador to the United Nations, Nikki Haley says that former Secretary of State Rex Tillerson and former White House Chief of Staff General John Kelly were working behind the president's back to resist his policies and try to enlist Nikki Haley to work with them to undermine President Trump. What is going on here?
Great fences make good neighbors, all while providing safety, security, and privacy for you, your family, and your fur family. Backyard Works is your local fence, deck, and handrail experts, owned and operated right here in Sussex County. All materials are top quality and made in the USA. Backyard Works knows that home is where the heart is. Visit online to view stunning projects at backyardworks.net or call today for customer service that's unmatched. 302-703-9888.
The monologue is entitled, "The Walls Have Ears." It seems that we are learning day by day that the deep state is even deeper and more dangerous to our nation than we could have ever imagined. Even those with decorated military careers, such as General Kelly, are at risk for what is essentially treason. That is my opinion, of course. What do you think the penalty would have been for Tillerson or General Kelly if they would have been outed for this type of treason in the United States prior to modern day? I think you know what would have happened to them. With Tillerson, he came from corporate America, ran Exxon, and was handpicked by President Trump. How did he get involved so quickly with the deep state, and how was he so easily corrupted by those who have been working against this president behind his back since day one? Tillerson, if you remember, was fired on an official trip and found out via a Twitter post from the president. I thought it odd that Tillerson was sacked in that manner, but now it all makes sense to me. Who told the president about Tillerson's presidential backstabbing? Was it Nikki Haley? Tillerson was somewhat of a strange selection in the first place. He was a strong advocate of the Paris Climate Accords, even though he ran Exxon, and we all know how the president feels about this. There was a lot of outrage in the media over Tillerson's firing. However, if he was so good at his job, why has his replacement, Mike Pompeo, been so successful and Tillerson was a dud? I wonder what Tillerson was telling other world leaders about our president. Probably the same crap that Obama appointee to the Ukraine, former Ambassador Marie Yovanovitch, was telling them. It was common knowledge that Yovanovitch was bad-mouthing President Trump to the Ukrainian government. And she was fired for that. And now Yovanovitch is testifying against President Trump in the impeachment hearings. How quaint. With General John Kelly, here you have another decorated commissioned officer who has been found to be working in the White House, undermining, and I suppose we will eventually find out, his activities were far more nefarious. Was Kelly working with others to undermine the president? If he was trying to enlist Nikki Haley to join the team of treason, I am sure he was in some way acting and abetting this coup. People like General Kelly and others who think they know best how to run the country and foreign policy are not patriots. Wearing the uniform does not make them a patriot. Kelly is a traitor. Those who are involved with this coup think you and I cannot be trusted to vote for the right candidates. And when needed, they are going to jump in and fix it, albeit behind our backs, and of course, now behind the president's back. Whether it is John McCain, Mad Dog Mattis, or General Kelly, we should not offer these swampers blind trust because of the uniform. We have done that in the past and been burned once too often. Absolute power corrupts whether you wear a uniform or not. And let me touch upon the State Department and our treasonous diplomatic corps for a moment, if I may. My friends, this diplomatic corps is as corrupt as our so-called intel agencies. They have been working day after day to destroy this president's credibility with the international community, as much as Schiff and the CIA have been working to destroy the president's credibility here at home. Ambassadors are the representatives of the president and his foreign policy. When you have career swampers such as Bill Taylor and Marie Yovanovitch working to impeach a president, there is something rotten in Denmark, Kiev, or in Washington. And don't forget the role of Obama-appointed former UN Ambassador Samantha Power in the Russia hoax. We have yet to learn all about her role. These ambassadors think they have permanent, guaranteed employment, and they are entitled to run their own rogue foreign policy. And if someone questions their loyalty to the boss, their president, they very publicly show their disloyalty and display their affections for their former boss who appointed them. Of course, that's Barack Obama. Just who do these people think they are? I don't remember casting a vote for any of these ambassadors, do you? In President Trump's second term, he must address this and jettison all of these hangers-on. Enough already. If we are going to drain the swamp, let's drain it already. The easiest swamp to drain is the State Department. I say fire every damned one of them who was hired or appointed by John Kerry, Hillary Clinton, Barry Obama, Rex Tillerson. Let's clean house. America has enough international problems to deal with. We should not have traitors representing the foreign policy interests of our country. Only patriots. During the 2016 campaign, the relationship between Nikki Haley and Donald Trump was contentious at best. However, after the election, President Trump nominated Nikki Haley for ambassadorship to the UN. They got a chance to know each other, and I believe that a significant level of respect developed between the two, even though they frequently disagreed. Haley was, in the end, an outstanding ambassador to the United Nations. Based on Nikki Haley's disclosure in her book, the president needs to thank Nikki Haley. She is clearly a patriot. I continue to urge President Trump to only appoint or nominate those for government jobs or positions who have no previous connection to the Washington swamp. In my opinion, previous swampers or swampettes need not apply. If you are going to drain the swamp, then don't restock it with old swampers. The president also needs to drain all Obama holdovers from the White House as well. The president should only confide in those in his trusted inner circle. This nation's security and future dictate that President Trump declare war on deep state treason. For that reason, we may all need to get involved, you and I. Mr. President, the walls have ears. Please be careful. And that is the monologue. What say you? The monologue was sponsored locally by Backyard Works, your premier fence, deck, and handrail source. Owned and operated here in Sussex County. Visit them online to view stunning projects at backyardworks.net and give the local experts a call for your free quote today. 302-703-98